Good morning, friends. Today is Celebration Sunday at First Congregational Church in Fort Worth, a day we celebrate who we are and recommit ourselves to the work that is ours to do. Today's worship will be a little bit different. In-person worship is happening right now. I can hear them outside under the trees. I wish we could take the virtual congregation outside too, but our technology does not allow that. So today, we're using a combination of live and recorded elements for worship. Reverend Mike Bass is here to offer a prayer in real time and incorporate the joys and concerns on your hearts today. I am live right now, speaking Sunday morning. I'm speaking to you live. I'm about to head outside and welcome the in-person folks, but I wanted to start with you. Welcome. Thank you for making time for worship today. And come, let everyone in all our sacred spaces, near and far, receive the love of God, extended in and through this community. No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here.
Hey buddies, I'm hanging out today on my front porch because it's raining, but I wanted to be outside to talk to you because being outside makes me really happy. So this week I've been thinking a lot about generosity and ways that we can be generous when we're kids. So I've been thinking about you and the ways that I've experienced your generosity before. And I think of the times when you share your time, your talent, and your resources. So times that you have shared your time are like when we're in Adventure Village together and maybe somebody's had a really hard week and you listen with your good listening ears and you let them have the space that they need to communicate their feelings. Or maybe it's when we're hanging out in Adventure Village and we're all laughing and being silly together. That is a great use of your time. And it's very generous to spend your time with other people. Then I think about your talents. And that can look like your amazing art that you share. That really brings inspiration and happiness and helps people feel all kinds of different feelings. Or maybe it's your talent at playing video games and you're really good and imaginative at creating different worlds and taking care of your animals on these games and you're building community that way, and that's a really beautiful thing. Maybe your talent is taking care of foster kitties and giving them a great place to live and taking care of them in such a loving and kind way. I think about the resources that you share. Maybe you are an amazing reader and you know of every book that you can recommend to someone else. Maybe they need to try new foods and you know just the book and just the way to point them. Or maybe they need to read a book of poetry to give them inspiration and you know just the book to point. That's a great way to share your resources. So when we're talking about generosity, I hope that we don't get tunnel vision and think about only the money that we can give, but that we think about all the things that we can give and be generous with. Buddies, you inspire me to be generous every day. And I hope that this little talk helps you to see all the ways that you're giving and kind in this world. Thank you so much for being the buddies that you are. Will you have a prayer with me? I'm going to say a line and then you repeat me, okay? Dear Jesus, thank you for your love. Help us to love others the way you love us. Amen. It was so good to hang out with you today. I hope you have a really great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.
I want to take some time to allow us to center ourselves for prayer. I'd like to echo one of the posts online, such a crisp and cool autumn. Good morning to everyone. If you'd like to enter a prayer request, go ahead and do that. And we'll pause for those. O Holy One, God of becoming something wonderful, the time is near. You are breathing forth new life in the form of seeds that dwell within us and within all that is created around us. Your love grows from that seed inside us, calling us to respond to ourselves and to each other in kindness and generosity. Our shared sacrifice and resilience has led to this turning of the season, this turning of the tide that provides the space for life to begin anew amidst the heartache and the hurt, the suffering of these finite bodies that we inhabit, the brittle bones and brittle minds, the dependencies and isolations that burden our moments and our relationships. We call to you, O God, in this moment. Respond to our pain. Respond to our hurt. Respond to the injustices that surround us, to the unbelief within us, the longing that consumes us, so that we might replace our fears with love. So let us speak now of the concerns on our hearts, aloud or in silence. Prayer for the family of Sandy's friend who lost their battle with ovarian cancer. Prayers for people with chronic pain. Prayers for the congregation. Prayers for the community. Prayers for those with chronic health issues. we are made in the image of God, and it is a beautiful identity that we embody. Help us to celebrate who we are and what we believe in. O God of our beautiful becoming, hear our prayers. Amen.
Lord, listen to your children pray. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children pray. Send us love, send us power, send us grace. Lord, listen to your children singing. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children singing. Send us love, send us power, send us grace. Lord, listen to your children clapping. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children clapping. Send us love, send us power, send us grace. Lord, listen to your children pray. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children pray. Send us love, send us power, send us grace. Send us love, send us power, send us
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Veronica, and I'm coming to you from the sanctuary live right now. Wanted to give you a quick update on our pledge drive as we wrap it up today. So far, we've received 40 pledges from 40 families. Thank you for your pledges that are totaling so far $128,880. We're very happy to have such a good response so far. If you haven't made your pledge yet, please do so today. We will send another link out. I do know that there was some issues with a link that went out yesterday, and we had a little bit of issues with constant contact. So we will send a clean link out. If you have not made your pledge, please get that in today so that we can start working on our budget for next year. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the church office. Thank you guys so much, and have a great Sunday.
Thank you to everyone who has either made a pledge to keep FCC strong in 2022 or contributed in all of the ways we do, large or small. We're all in this together, near and far, virtual or in person. With the help of God and each other, we will do the ministry that is ours to do. One of the core beliefs of our church is that generosity is a spiritual practice that draws us deeper to a deeper way of living. And so last year, we gave away money to folks who needed it. We called it the Ripple Initiative. Every congregant could pick up $100 cash and then pass those funds along to someone who needed help. This year, we're giving away money again, but doing it a little bit differently. We set aside $5,000 to give away to organizations serving our community. And we asked all of you to nominate your favorite nonprofit. We got 11 nominations, thank you, which means that 11 nonprofits doing really important work in Fort Worth will receive a donation from our church for $450. Today, we celebrate our church, who we are, and what we do. It's an honor to announce the nonprofits who will each receive a donation of $450. Number one, Gina Taylor nominated Cancer Care Services. Gina started volunteering for them a couple of years ago, and even though Gina now lives in Florida, she's still volunteering. Isn't that cool? Gina still comes to church every Sunday and continues volunteering with Cancer Care Services, a wonderful organization in Fort Worth dedicated to supporting cancer patients, caring for caregivers, and empowering survivors in Tarrant County. Thank you, Gina, for the nomination. Next up is Tiffany Bills. Tiffany nominated the Cougar Pride Foundation, a group of alumni of Western Hills High School who work to help current students. Many of the students at Western Hills face poverty-related hardships, and so the Cougar Pride Foundation works to provide resources, financial and human resources, to help the students stay in school and thrive there. Thank you, Tiffany. Rhonda Grundy nominated Four Saints Food Bank. This is a wonderful, very active ministry whose purpose is to serve with dignity and humility the nutritional needs of those seeking assistance. Rhonda is very involved there, and a number of FCC folks also volunteer. Four Saints does great work in our community, and it is a joy to support them. Thank you, Rhonda. The nonprofit that Lisa and I nominated is called needabortion.org. In Texas, as we know, abortion is now banned as early as 6 weeks. It is a heinous law that also puts a minimum of a $10,000 bounty on anyone who helps someone obtain an abortion in Texas. So this organization helps Texans pay for an abortion when it is needed and helps them access logistical help like a ride to the clinic. By the way, in a few weeks in worship, we're going to take a closer look at the new restrictive abortion law and consider how we as Christians can be advocates for women and their reproductive freedom. Zane Freemeyer nominated One Safe Place, an organization dedicated to caring for domestic violence victims in Tarrant County. The purpose of One Safe Place is to have all of the social, legal, health, educational services in one building. Because on average, a domestic violence victim would have to seek out dozens of different agencies to hopefully address all of their needs. In Tarrant County, about 1 in 3 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. So there is a real need for these services in our community. Thank you, Zane. Mike Rossinet, our student pastor, nominated LGBTQ Saves. Their mission is to provide safe and brave spaces for personal and social development of local LGBTQ youth. Their vision is simply to build a community where all youth are safe. Isn't that awesome? They are a wonderful organization, active for over 10 years in Tarrant County. Thank you, Mike. Gary and Jana Ferguson nominated Meals on Wheels. They provide a valuable service for the elderly and disabled, a service of which at one point Jana's mother was a beneficiary. Members of First Congregational were active volunteers then, she said, and of course they continue to be. Volunteers provide, of course, not only food, but also social contact, which is sometimes just as important. Thank you, Gary and Jana. Laurie Simmons nominated Safe Haven of Tarrant County. Laurie says that back in 1997, when they were called the Women's Haven of Tarrant County, they helped her and her family escape domestic violence. Safe Haven provided shelter and legal assistance. Laurie said that on their first Christmas on their own, they brought brand new bikes for the boys, a Christmas dinner, and a new dress for Laurie. Thank you, Laurie, for sharing that story and for nominating Safe Haven of Tarrant County. Dan Bernardez nominated our friends, the Wellman Project. The Wellies, as we call them around here, are housed on our property, and they're just some of the very best people on earth. The Wellman Project takes surplus materials, mostly from local companies, and then makes it available for creative reuse, mostly in public school classrooms or other nonprofits. A classroom, not a landfill. Thank you, Dan. Our last two nonprofits were nominated by Laura Madsen and Jody Bishop. I'll let them tell you about them.
Hi, I'm Laura Madsen, and I encouraged First Congo to reach out in this loving and productive way to the local Office of Justice for Our Neighbors, a nonprofit that provides free and low-cost immigration legal services. They also offer education and advocate for immigrant justice. Volunteers at this clinic that is associated with this office, and that is my experience with it, benefit immensely by interacting with immigrants and refugees who arrive to complete their path, perhaps, or to first seek a legal and safe way into citizenship. This is a national outreach ministry of the United Methodist Church Committee on Relief, also called UMCOR, and they need support from many. Thank you, church family, for supporting this absolutely life-changing on both sides organization.
Good morning. My name is Jody Bishop. I'm here to tell you about my charity that I nominated. It is called the Hope Clinic. It serves Johnson and Hill counties. Now, Johnson County only has one hospital. It's not an official county hospital with county funding and such, but it kind of serves as one. We have a lot of patients in this area that are, they don't have insurance, they have low health literacy, they face poverty, and that gives us a lot of challenges. We can treat their, acute problem when they're here in the hospital, but what happens when we send them home? And that is where the Hope Clinic really steps up and steps in. They take these patients and they help them bridge that gap. They provide them with diabetes education. They see them for their primary care needs. They help them connect to specialists if they need specialists. They can help them get access to high-cost medications through manufacturer programs if that's something the patient needs. Also help them access other community programs like mental health resources or resources for like housing and food and other critical things that make a huge difference in their lives and their health. Every day I see the influence of the Hope Clinic in the patients that I have here at my job. I see the patients who come in that we referred out a long time ago who come back and they look better because of the influence of the Hope Clinic. And I see the influence they have when we present that option to patients who did not think that they had any options, and the hope that Hope Clinic gives. there are a lot of people who don't know what to do when they have a health crisis, and they don't know what happens when they leave the hospital. And having that place to send them that we can coordinate with to help make sure that those patients get what they need and have somewhere to go to get those needs addressed is so important to the health of those people and the health of the community as a whole. Thank you so much to the church for donating to the Hope Clinic. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the people that they serve.
Thanks again for everyone who submitted a nonprofit to receive these donations from First Congregational Church. We have such gratitude for all of these organizations with whom we work to help make our community better and enrich the quality of the lives of our fellow citizens. It's an honor to support you, to work in partnership alongside you. The ancient mandate from the prophet Micah instructs us to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly. This is what it means to us to be church. With the help of God and with the help of all of us, we will strive to continue to be a just, loving, and humble presence in Fort Worth. Thanks be to God. Amen.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's always such a treat to worship with you, whether in person, online, or in the parking lot, wherever. want to invite you to join our congregational meeting on Zoom. Find the link in the chat. And also to invite you to enjoy this beautiful day wherever you are. In the name of God, who is our Creator, our Redeemer, and our Sustainer, go bless.